This is Tom Fox. I live in the Texas Hill Country. On Friday, July 4th, Kirk County saw the worst flooding it has ever seen. At this point, as I'm recording this podcast, nearly 70 people have been found dead, and there are many, many more people still missing. I'm going to ask you to please consider a donation to the Hill Country Flood Relief Fund. I've listed it in the show notes. I know it's a little bit unusual to make this request, but I can't tell you the tragedy that has unfolded in my home county over the 4th of July weekend. Thank you for your consideration. And now, on to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News for July 25, 2025, the new Sheriff in Town edition. And we begin with that story from Reuters, which asks, is there a new world order when it comes to anti-corruption enforcement? Meaning, as the Trump administration has abrogated its role as the world's leader in anti-corruption enforcement to focus on Mexican cartels and anyone who may hurt American businesses, the Serious Fraud Office is poised to step up and reload enforcement. Of course, there's also the French and the Swiss. So is bribery still an existential threat to the world order? Absolutely. It continues to distort markets and undermines long-term competitiveness. An enduring commitment to ethical business culture is a primary safeguard in the face of ever-changing. In a very interesting story, the head of Heathrow Airport admitted that he slept through the morning fire back in March, which caused the cancellation of 1,300 flights. Why did he sleep through it? Well, apparently his phone was moved to silent mode. Yes, he was sleeping as the head of Heathrow with a silent mode on his phone, and he slept through multiple calls. I wonder why no one went to his home, but nevertheless, he eventually was awakened and told about the disaster. So, what's the message? If you're the head of the world's biggest airport, sleep with your ringer on. It may be a pain in the wazoo, but guess what? That's what you signed up for 24/7. Next up from the Financial Times, BCG will not, I repeat, will not publish its internal probe into its Gaza modeling work. The consulting group has turned down a request from the UK Parliamentary Committee and said it will keep the report under wraps, even if it set off new details that have caused a continued reputational crisis for the firm. That's going to be difficult now because obviously people are going to wonder, can they do business with someone who has this way of doing business? And several nonprofits have said they will reevaluate their work with BCG. And finally, United Health announced it is cooperating with a U.S. government probe into its practices. It's a criminal investigation, so you bet they're cooperating. Apparently, United claimed they had no knowledge of this probe until it was reported in the press. How's that for non-self-disclosure? But United Healthcare has had some significant problems, certainly around their increase in denials. But now they may be in bigger trouble for defrauding the U.S. government, which, of course, can be a criminal offense. But they're cooperating, so what the heck? Over the July 4th weekend, we had perhaps the worst tragedy to ever hit my home county in its history over this weekend, and myself and my family are fine, but multiple others who lost loved ones, lost family members, are obviously not fine. So if you can find your way to help with any donation, I would greatly appreciate it. This is Tom Fox. Thank you very much. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.